Good evening, this is Prime TV News. I'm Vibhuda Vijay Bandara. First, let's look at today's headlines. Swiss embassy employee arrived at the CID produced before the JMO. The UNP General Secretary says leadership of the party will be held by Ranil Wickremesinghe. Sri Lanka improves ranking in the Human Development Index. Semi-luxury bus service abolished. Chile plane en route to Antarctica goes missing with 38 on board. And now for the full stories. The employee of the Swiss embassy in Sri Lanka who arrived at the CID for the third day was presented to the judicial medical officer.
Ghanaian barrister Francis, the employee of the Swiss embassy, claimed that she was abducted and tortured, arrived at the Criminal Investigations Department at around 9 a.m. today. After recording a statement from her, she was taken to Judicial Medical Officer from the CID at around 1:45 p.m. As she was previously stated, she was subjected to physical torture and sexual abuse. Afterwards, the woman was taken to CID again, was interrogated. The incident has caused a greater uproar in the country over the past few days. It is reported that in the investigations, it was revealed that she is a Sinhala national named Srialata Pereira. Reports further say that it has been revealed that she is the daughter-in-law of Bevan Pereira, who was the Kalani organizer of the UMP. The CCTV footage on the day that the woman was allegedly abducted was inspected by the CID and no evidence has been recorded in the cameras. Accordingly, the CID took measures to report the findings of the investigations to the court.
UNP General Secretary Akila Viraj Karyavasam says that Ranil Wickremesinghe will continue to serve as the leader of the UNP. Speaking at a press conference held at the party headquarters in Sirikota, he said that the UNP is ready to contest the general election confidently. He added that the party will be spearheaded by the party leader and the opposition leader. MPs Ashu Mara Singh and Vijaypal Hettiarachchi also expressed their views at the press briefing. Sri Lanka has progressively improved in human development over the years and is ranked 71st out of the 189 countries in the Human Development Report released by the United Nations Development Programme. The report was presented to Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at a ceremony held in Colombo. Sri Lanka is ranked in the high human development category in the index, that is a composite national measure of health, education and income for 189 countries. Compared to Sri Lanka, other South Asian countries are in the medium human development or low human development categories. Sri Lanka's South Asian neighbour India has been ranked at 129, Bhutan at 134, Bangladesh at 135, Nepal at 147, Pakistan at 152 and Afghanistan at 170 in the index. Norway, Switzerland, Ireland, Germany, Hong Kong in order ranked at the top 5 of the HDI, while Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, Eritrea, Mali, Burundi respectively were in the bottom. Meanwhile, a meeting between the Prime Minister and specialist doctors was held at the Temple Trees. The Prime Minister drew their attention on the current situation on the medical field and need of providing quality services to the people. Long and short-term solutions that can be given to the professional issues of doctors were also discussed during the meeting. The Ministry of Transport has drawn its attention to remove semi-luxury buses from running. The minister states that the decision has been taken due to the lack of facilities for the passengers in such buses. Minister Mahinda Amaravira discussed the matter with the relevant officials and paid attention on the low quality of the so-called semi-luxury category. A survey conducted by the National Transport Commission has also revealed that the semi-luxury bus service should be abolished. The Commission states that no passenger responded positively to the survey. The Department of Meteorology states that prevailing heavy showery condition in the northern, eastern and Uva provinces is expected to reduce temporarily during next few days from tomorrow. Several spells of showers will occur in eastern and Uva provinces and in Polonnaruwa and Hambantota districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in central, Sabaragamu and western provinces and in Gol and Matara districts after 1 p.m. General public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the sea areas, extending from Kankasanture to Gol via Trincomalee, Patikalo and Hambantota. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the other sea areas during the afternoon or night. Due to the increase of the water level of the Poonava, Siembala Gasweva and Kidavarankulam tanks in Vaunia, measures were taken to release the excessive water. Our correspondents say that all the tanks in the area are still overflowing. Steps have been taken to dredge the tanks. The district agriculture office states that around 900 acres of crop vegetation in the Batikalo district have been completely wrecked due to the heavy rain. Chili, eggplant, spinach and several other crops have been destroyed. It is reported that this situation has been severely visible in the Arayanpati, Kalavanchikudi, Vellaveli, Kiran, Vakare and the Kokkadichole Division Secretariat areas. Former President Maithripala Sirisena was issued notice to appear before the Supreme Court on the 29th of May next year. The order was issued in regard to the presidential pardon granted to Don Shamantha Anthony Jayamaha, who was sentenced to death in connection with the Royal Park murder case. The interim injunctive order preventing Don Shamantha Anthony Jayamaha from leaving the country was also extended to the 1st of June next year. However, the Attorney General informed the Supreme Court today that the President's pardon, the accused had prepared a passport on November 15th and left the country on the same day. The counsel appearing for the petitioners said that there are reports that he is currently in Singapore. Former Sabaragamu Provincial Councillor of the UNP, Hasita Samantha alias Sarpaya, who was sentenced to death in connection with the double murder, has been acquitted by the Court of Appeal. An appeal petition was filed before the Court of Appeal challenging the decision to sentence the accused to death by Ratnapura High Court. The Court of Appeal acquitted the accused, declaring that the verdict handed down by the High Court is erroneous. Herat Mudyansalage Tushara alias Kalu Tushara, a drug dealer, has been sentenced to death by the Colombo High Court today. He was charged with trafficking 59 grams of heroin. The High Court judge issued this order on the verdict that the charges against the accused have been proved beyond reasonable doubt. Moving on, Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva visited the Valikada prison today. Speaking to the media, the minister said that a new mechanism will be set up to release those who were imprisoned for minor offences. The objective of imprisonment is to rehabilitate the wrongdoers, and once the goal is fulfilled, it is pointless to detain the inmates in the prisons. The minister also inquired about the shortcomings of the Valikada prison. He said that attention has also been paid to the use of surveillance cameras to curb crimes committed in prisons. The minister stated that the current government is committed to protect the rights of the inmates and surveillance cameras will assist to achieve the target. He pointed out that facilities at the prisons are not sufficient and measures have been taken to improve buildings and hygienic systems. Accordingly, the minister said that he has already set aside 10 million rupees for the project. A new unit to repair ships was opened at the Hambantota International Port premises today. Managing Director of Colombo Dockyard, D.V. Abhay Singh, highlighted that the new move will provide employment opportunities to many youths of the country. The new unit was established at the Hambantota Port premises as a branch of the Colombo Dockyard. It is estimated that more than 500 youth will get jobs in the facility. The authorities have also planned to initiate a range of job-oriented training courses targeting the youth. Caroline Jury, who won the Mrs. World 2020 crown at the World Pageant held in Las Vegas, the United States, arrived in the island today. Caroline jury was chosen as the winner out of 51 contestants of the Mrs. World 2020 finale recently in Las Vegas, United States.
Mrs. World is Sri Lanka!
She's a professional model and a mother of a 3-year-old daughter. A special ceremony was held at the Bandar Naik International Airport to welcome Caroline. She was accorded a warm welcome by her relatives and many others who were at the Katunaik Airport, and she set off for Colombo in a special convoy. The Jayala people had also organized an event to welcome Caroline. Caroline, who arrived in Colombo, attended a press conference. She said that her victory came amidst many challenges. Former beauty queen and current mayor of Colombo, Rosie Senanayake, was the first Sri Lankan to win the title in 1984 at the Mrs. World contest held in Queensland, Australia. The Japanese government has extended its support for the establishment of the LNG power plant in Sri Lanka. The ambassador of Japan in Sri Lanka, Akira Sugiyama, told the minister Mahinda Amaravira that the government of Japan will extend its fullest cooperation for the establishment of the LNG power plant to ease the country's energy burden. The LNG power plant will give permanent redress to the power crisis occur from time to time in the country. The construction of the facility is expected to commence within the first quarter of next year. The entire construction will be completed by 2022. With that, we end the local segment of Prime TV News. Moving on to Biz News. The Census and Statistics Department has adopted a new computerized interviewing system which has reduced errors and costs of national surveys following a pilot study. The department says that shift in the way of collection of public data from traditional pen and paper interviewing to computer-assisted personal interviewing was the heaviest advancement made by them. Currently, most of the national surveys, including the Census of Population and Housing 2021, conducted by the DCS, are successfully being conducted, all set to be conducted using CAPI mobile devices such as smartphones and or tablet computers. The CAPI survey was conducted as a pilot for the Sri Lanka Agriculture Household Survey 2016-2017 using physical, technical and financial support from the Asian Development Bank. With that, we end today's Prime TV News Bulletin. Prime TV News will return tomorrow. And in the meantime, make www.itnnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest in news at home and overseas. Have a pleasant day. Good night.